going on, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another live stream on this channel. We talk about reselling, and tonight's topic is: will reselling be dead in the year 2023? As a lot of you know, and myself included, sales this Q4 were not what we all expected them to be. Some of us were probably up, some of us were probably down, some of us were probably just still stagnant and at the same amount. But regardless, sales were not what we thought they would be. Q4 did not pop off like we expected it to. So that leads me to think, will 2023 be more of what we expect or less of what we expect? Um, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Leave it in the comment section below. Let's make this a dialogue between us. I want everyone to spam the chat with randomness and valid points as well. Um, Jeff, what's going on, man? He said, heck no, we're just going to find different sources. That is true. That's definitely one solution to it. What's up, Miss Lachey? Ed, what's going on, bro? Hey, Marcus, I think 2023 might be worse. Well, we'll talk about that. Jared, what's going on, bro? Nita J, what's going on? Yeah, 2023, man, is going to be it's going to be challenging, first and foremost. It's not going to be easy. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? It's not going to be easy, right? And I say easy lightly, right? Because to make any significant cash, it requires real work regardless. For me to make the sales that I made this year, it took work. The listings just didn't get put up by themselves, right? But with that being said, I am noticing that the work that I'm doing is not paying off to the level that it was, right? And why I say that is because I'm accepting lower offers. I'm selling items for less than what I would have been selling them for because people don't have much money to go around these days. So now they're looking for a really good bargain. They're looking for a deal. They're looking for something for. I'm not gonna say something for nothing. There are those out there, but they're looking for something at an affordable price, which I can't say I blame them. Right? If you don't sell on eBay and pretty much create your income, you're probably hurting for cash, or things that you need, or just things that you want. A lot of Americans don't practice good self-control, so they still want to have nice things, but they just want to spend less money on those nice things because they probably never had the money to be spending in the first place. So that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be facing in 2023. 1 million man. Hello, Marks and everyone. I wish you all Happy New Year from Sweden. We wish you Happy New Year from America, broski. I think the prices will drop and sales may slow down, but only the strong survive. Let's go, Jared. I like that. I don't know about the prices. I mean, maybe the prices in what we sell things for. Is that what you mean? Because if that's what you mean, I totally agree. Sherry says hello. What's going on, Sherry? Jay's Endeavors. What's going on, man? Hey, bro. Hope all is well. All is well. I hope the same for you. In business, you have to be able to read the current landscape and pivot if necessary and be creative. Very true words, Miss Lachey. Um, Finding something that's going to be in demand regardless of the times is probably going to be the key to survival in 2023. And that's like hot commodity items like iPhones, the newest tech devices, the newest games, sneaker craze, whatever the case may be. Finding the trending clothing item that the latest celebrities made popular, those types of things are going to be pretty safe bets to sell in 2023. But what if you can't get those types of items? What if you live in rural Missouri like I do, where those types of things are, rare to come by? Well, that's when you have a couple of options. You can get items that will sell, but they won't sell fast. You can get items that will sell fast, but won't sell for a lot of money. Or you can get the mix of items. For me, it's rarely a home run. It's rarely like something that I'm like super excited that I found, right? Most of the stuff that I find is bread and butter items, guys. Um, 12, 15, rarely $20 and up, right? But that's fine with me because I sell it at scale. So one of the things that I'm going to have to do in 2023 to make at least the same amount of money or make more money is sell more items for less money. It's not the ideal situation to be in, but it is what it is. It's either I sell some and make some of the money all the time, or I sell very few and make all the money all the time. It's just not the business model that I'm in, is to not make money. Ed says that's the reason I think 2023 might be worse. Maybe after tax season is over, it's going to significantly slow down unless people go crazy with credit cards. Yeah, that's probably true. But if the wide variety of people go blowing all their money on credit cards, once all the bills come in, it's still going to slow down. So he said, I can tell you, I cut up all my credit cards and only use them for automatic payments for bills. Pretty safe bet, my friend. Hey, Kerry, how you doing? Nifty Nook Thrift says, hey, Marcus, looking forward to the live. Appreciate you coming and checking it out. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Miss Lachey. Let's see. Jared says he does mostly clothes. A little under the weather, but still tuned in. Hey, it does not take you feeling great to turn on the live stream and soak up some knowledge, man. So appreciate you coming by. Clothes will always sell. It just depends on what you want to sell them for. Now, there's different variances of brands and items, that sell for high dollar, no matter what it is. But then you got like Levi's that have all different selling points and prices, and you just got to find the good ones. Main thing is sourcing cheaper. My Benz is $2.89 a pound, and I'm now driving double to go to one that's $1 per item. Nice, saving $1,800 a month on just inventory. Let's go. That's an amazing solution. Never can go wrong with a lower cost of goods. Lower cost of goods means you make more money off those sales. Just buy a storage unit. Yeah, y'all killed it with y'all storage unit, Derek and Jasmine. Appreciate you guys coming out. Storage units is an option though. Takes a lot of work to go through them. You're going to need a spot to store everything. You're going to need a place to dump all the trash. You're going to need friends or business associates to unload the items that are not in your niche, unless you sell everything. Which, hey, that's great. Um, hey, Danny, what's going on? Hope you had a great Christmas too, brother. Storage units will probably be something that I eventually take a look at, but right now the Benz is working for me. I do think I'm gonna have to increase to 2 days a week in 2023, though. I'll probably be going on Mondays and I'll probably be going on Wednesdays, because I do want to increase my listing goal to 70 a day drafted, right? Actually, it's going to be 75 a day drafted. No, it'll be 70, because I want to start listing 50 actual listings a day. So I'm getting significantly faster. I'm noticing that I'm getting my work done a lot sooner in the day, to where I have a couple of hours extra just of time where I'm sitting around with nothing to do, and I get really, really bored. So type one in the chat if you guys find that you have more than enough time on your hands. Type two if you don't have enough time on your hands. I figure that if I'm not sitting around listing, or I've got everything else done for the day, I might as well do 20 more listings a day, right? So that's going to require me to go to the bins once more a week, because I don't want to load my store up with Old Navy and Gap and things like that, just because it's easy to find in large amounts at the bins, just to be able to get additional listings up. However, I'm not opposed to buying those items, as long as I can put an even amount of number of good items in my store to go along with it. I don't want to have a store full of bronze items. Hillary says she's hoping, what's up, Hillary? She said, I'm hoping 2023 will be a bit more even killed, but time will tell. And that's true. We could knock it out the park next year, guys. Who knows? The sky's really the limit, but we all just have to, number one, just stay consistent. That's the one thing you don't do, is don't tap out. Don't give up. I know things are going great for a while there, but there's people that's been in this game for 20 years. So imagine how they feel. You know what I'm saying? I've only been doing this for a little over a year, almost 2 years now. So I don't know any other way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just stick with it. Derek says, seriously, you have to find items that are selling and get them for cheap. That's the point blank, period, the name of the game. Buy low, sell high. What's up, Kristen? How you doing? I seen your haul on Instagram earlier. Nice finds. Let's see. Jeff says, all right, I'm here. Gonna need everyone to restart from the beginning. Yeah, man. How you gonna have the first comment and then not be in here when we turn on? What's up, Bobby? How you doing? Let's see. Jay says, hold up. I went dumpster diving today and found 3 pairs of Torrid jeans, 17 Torrid bras, and 5 pairs of Torrid boots, all in the mall dumpster, brand new. So I have a new spot. Nice. What city do you live in? What town? And which mall? And where's your house at? All Torrid. Nice. That's pretty good. That's why you're sick, bro. You went climbing in the dumpster. Now you don't feel good. Let's see. That is a nice score though, Jay. So we got more twos than ones. Danny's the only one that's got plenty of time on his hands. Everyone else is crunched for time. I feel you there, man. Honestly, sometimes I have an abundance, sometimes I don't. It's usually the nights that I go live where like I'm kind of strapped for time, but I only had 30 I had 34 items left over. I ran out of inventory because yesterday my car is a piece of crap. I couldn't get out of town. Like it snowed, ice and stuff here, and I literally got stuck in a street that goes up on both sides, and I got stuck in the middle because my car wouldn't go up either hill in the snow. So got stuck in town, didn't get to go sourcing. But luckily for me, I got almost 200 drafts in the draft bank. So I was able to list the 30 items randomly I had laying around the house, but that only took like 3 hours. So pretty good. Pretty good for three hours worth of work. Listed a couple $100 worth of items. One of the items, oh dang it, I don't have it. Let me show you guys, man. Let me show you guys in case you guys don't know what this is. I'm gonna share my screen, but let me type in the item first. This blew my mind, right? I've never heard of. Well, I've heard of. That's not it. I've heard of this guy, Roger Federer. The hats though, guys. Look at these prices. Sell for so much. I got this hat in the bins. These are listed prices. Let me scroll down to the solds. We got a 79, a 59, a 79, 54, 169 right here, but that's brand new. 44, 63, 39. Pretty good prices, guys, for a Nike hat, man. 195 brand new. So if you find it brand new, pick that thing up. We got another 100 for brand new, but even 90, that's brand new too. But still, make sure you guys are looking for Nike hats with Roger Federer. I guess anything Roger Federer would be a good buy. Let's see. What's up, Roman? How you doing, man? I had tried filming, but I'm gonna find out my camera footage sucks. So I need a new camera. What are you filming with? I used to film with my phone, uh, and I would run out of space on my phone. So I use the GoPro 9. I paid like $400 for it, but you can find one used and do just as fine with it. Eventually, the economy will get better, even in 2023. Even if 2023 isn't good, be ready for the future. Exactly. So that's the thing we need to focus on, right? If 2023 is not good all year long, stay consistent, stick with it, make enough profit, take lower offers on items to get you, recoup your investment. Keep doing it, stay diligent, persevere, and in the next year or two, when the market does even itself back out and the economy is doing a little better, you'll have your 12,000, 15,000 item store that's ready for business. And then watch the floodgates open up, right? And I know that's not the most comforting news to hear, is to just stick with it, but really, guys, that's what we got to do. 2023 word for the year: consistency. Exactly. Don't give up, don't quit. And there's going to be some of you guys that want to quit. There's going to be some of you guys that do quit. There's going to be some of you guys that go get a second job. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, I'm gonna just pour gas on it and keep on doing what I'm doing. I know that in due time the hard work will pay off. Jared says, man, storage units go way too high here. Not sure if I would want to take the risk on storage units just to come up with a goose egg. That's the risk you're willing to take, though. Like in that game, you got to be careful with it. Hope everyone's having a good holidays. What's up, Beard of Poke Tuber? Scott says, I started going back to a local thrift on top of the bins. This thrift never raised their prices, and I'm able to get high sell-through rate for under $4 cost of goods. Let's go. That's what's up, bro. Paul, what's going on, man? Long time no speak. E-Bliss, exactly. 25 years of ebbs and flows. Ride it out, everybody. Hey, you heard it from Kristen, eBay vet, 25 years in the game. And she says you got to just stick with it. Let's see. Whoa, about the Tord finds. Yeah, definitely. That's pretty good. Pretty impressive. Towards one of those, it's a silver brand. You know, it's not going to be like a straight banger, but you'll be able to make some decent money off of it. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Marcus is going to need tire chains at this rate. I need new tires at this rate. Straight up. I put so many miles on my little bitty car driving back and forth to St. Louis every week, and then driving to Nashville in it, and just driving, man. It's a little soldier, man, a little bitty clown car. I got so many DVDs after that insane purchase and thousands more I still got to pick up. Going to be listening forever, LOL. Glad I'm going full time. Yeah, definitely, man. And you got 5,000 items, right? That's like the whole person. That's one whole person's listings for a whole year, man. Like you don't even need more inventory, but you know what I mean? Just get that stuff listed, man, as fast as possible. Let's see. Roger Federer, tennis legend. Yeah, I know who he is. I just didn't know that the hat's going to be worth that much. Yep, the tennis player. That's right. Because of you, Marcus, I picked up a Dixon flannel shirt. I would have never, ever known about that brand if it wasn't for you. Man, that video was a long time ago, man. I'm glad it's helping out, though. There was a guy in my church that had one of those on, too. It was his Christmas present. It was like $75 brand new. Federer is the money behind OnCloud, and he also has a line called The Roger. OnCloud, The Roger, or just a brand of shoe called The Roger? Dude was like the most famous tennis player after Arthur Ashe. The most famous tennis player in my book, like from my childhood, was Andre Agassi. Dude was a pimp. It's a mall here in Peoria, Illinois. Bro, I wasn't serious, man. You don't want to give your source up. I live close enough to Peoria, man. You know, I'm right here in Cape Girardeau. I'll slide over there, bro. Finish Line shares the dumpster, but they sliced everything they tossed. That's crazy, man. They're haters. Tommy, what's going on, man? I hope everything's going well with you. Tommy's been on a straight content hiatus for a long time. That's what listing millions of dollars of OnClouds would do for you. Tommy, I know one thing Federer probably doesn't have a YouTube channel. That's true. Don't say 12,000 item store around Tommy. How many do you have, Tommy? He said he's too lazy for that. That's what I was like. James, my boring reseller, he's got like 40,000 items listed. He lists like 100, 150 a day. Like he outworks me on my best day. So, you know, like that's motivation for me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get there. Let's see. Roman says 11,999 then. 12,000 item store means do not sell on eBay videos. Do you think we will see a good amount of sellers walking away from eBay next year? I think we've already seen a lot of resellers walk away from multiple platforms this year. I don't know if you guys are seeing these posts, especially Poshmark. A lot of people are like giving up on Poshmark because it's just not doing well, especially since they introduced the lives on there. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to have the same results on eBay, but I do think that the eBay lives, when they do release that, is going to affect the business on eBay to some extent. The good thing about eBay, though, is there's millions of shoppers on eBay. Do I think we'll see people walking away from eBay yet? Yes, 1,000%. There's going to be a lot of people that it's not feasible for them. They're buying more stuff than they're selling, and the stuff that they're selling isn't paying for what they're buying. Then on top of that, you got to buy shipping supplies because most people are everything sellers. And if you're not getting free supplies, you know, boxes from the trash somewhere or packing paper or whatever the case may be, you're going to be spending a lot of money on overhead. Maybe you got an eBay store subscription. You know, all these things add up. Tape, nothing's really free unless you're getting free supplies from the USPS or stuff out the trash. So I do think that 2023 is going to be hard on a lot of small sellers. And by small, I mean like 1 or 2 sales a day. I don't mean that in a shade way. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody, but I do worry about people that only sell one or two items a day, especially if that one or two items is not even netting you $10 cash. How are you supposed to survive off those margins? You know what I mean? Like, the name of the game is to not take your personal cash and buy more inventory with it, right? So if you list five a day, say those five items a day cost you $5. That's $25. If you only netted $10, how are you supposed to recoup your money and go buy $25 worth more of income or more of inventory, if that makes sense? So I think there's going to be a lot of people that walk away from it next year. Hey, what's up, Myra? How you doing? Have you done those wholesale mystery box to get items to sell? Seems like those businesses are too pick through. I have not bought a mystery box in that form, but I have bought boxes of inventory off people off Instagram or like Flip the World. I bought a couple of boxes from him. I'm not going to say that they weren't picked through because the box from Chris Flip the World, he literally picked everything from the bins and then sold it directly on YouTube. So those boxes were good. And I got a box from Red Mountain Resale, Red Mountain Shoe Co. on Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel as well. He's a personal friend of mine. I got a box of shoes from him that were pretty good. I do still have some, but it was stuff that wasn't selling for him. So you kind of got to understand the fact that usually if you're buying mystery boxes, it's going to either be stuff that is picked through, didn't sell for someone else, or isn't going to sell for high dollar. But it's a business model and it does work. It's convenient for people that live in the middle of nowhere and don't have thrift options available that are convenient. So I'm not throwing shade on any of that. If that's what you got to do, by all means, go for it, and just do the best you can with what you get. Rob, what's going on, Junk Monkey? What's up, Marcus? What's the one brand that you haven't found that you hear other people talk about? I'm dying to find CC Filson. That one time I found CC Filson, that's the first time I'd ever found it. And I found it at the bins of all places. I'm still looking for Dixon, like Ed said. I'm looking for Dixon, and I'm looking for CC Filson was one of the ones that I'm looking for. Now I'm looking to find like Mother Jeans, stuff like that. Don't forget the Swedish legend Bjorn Borg. I'm not sure who that is. Is that a tennis player? Tommy is on cloud nine after listing on clouds. Guys, you guys are going to throw shade, man. I know somebody's going to say something, man, because I was throwing super shade on Hey Dudes, and guess what I bought? I bought a pair of Hey Dudes. I got to go get them. I got the Hey Dudes for Christmas, man. But they don't look like the moccasins. They're camouflage. So I'm eating crow. I'm eating my words. Yeah, I know. But they actually look decent. Let's see. Yeah, on running the Roger line, he made them famous, took them from putting garden hose on the bottom of shoes to huge funding. Nice. Okay. How much do you pay for storage units? My storage units are $70 a piece. So I got three of them for $70 a piece. Tons of space, very cheap. Poshmark has been doing really good for me. eBay hasn't been doing the best for me. Yeah, I know I remember you saying that, but hey, at least you got something that's doing good for you, bro. Good for us, less sellers to compete with. I don't think it's going to be that less. It's not going to make that huge of a difference. We're not going to lose very many. And at the same time, we're going to probably gain more new sellers than we lose. So it's still going to be just as competitive. Funny, some are saying Poshmark sales are better than ever. So all depends on the person and what they sell. That's true. With social media, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt because one person can say that their sales are horrible and the rest of the people are all doing just fine. So it really doesn't matter how one person is doing to the next. Is all that matters is how you're doing. The lives stink on Posh tanking the prices, in my opinion. See, there's one person that doesn't agree with it, and there's other people that do. Exactly. The stuff I sell will never sell on Poshmark or anywhere at all. I'm pretty sure a boatload of stuff that I do sell would sell on Poshmark, but I'm not about to start listing on there just to sell it. I agree there will be people getting out of it. Often people get into reselling not willing to put in the work it takes. And that's one of the things that people don't understand about being a full-time reseller is that it's full-time effort. Yeah, you can do it on your own hours or like your own time schedule, but at the end of the day, you have to put up a decent amount of listings to be able to make the income that you're looking for, especially if you want like six-figure income. You can't just put up 5 listings a day and be like, "Oh, I'm full time," because really you're not. You're not gonna make it unless you're selling nothing but $100 items. You're not gonna make it on 5 a day. Whenever I do boxes, it's on Facebook and goes to flea market guys. Okay, I can see that. My Posh sales are lower for sure. Did have 2 good ones on there this weekend that got sold, and it will change hands early next year. I think we need to see what happens. Okay, so it's sold by different people. Didn't they just sell it like a couple months ago? Or is that what you're talking about? I found Lucchese boots and Prada dress shoes recently. Yeah, I seen that on your Instagram. Uh Sold that Filson wax vest for, yeah, I saw that on your Instagram too, for 175 this weekend. Not bad for a $6 buy. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's the type of stuff we're gonna have to keep an eye out for. Things that sell for really high dollar, because the sales that we are making, they have to count. Nita says her boss ordered the male mystery boxes, and it had a lot of body piercing jewelry and Pandora bracelets. She gave me the box and said it was a waste of money, but didn't know it was authentic Pandora. That's money right there. Cha-ching. What's up, Drewski? Hey, Marcus. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, brother. Wishing you all the best with reselling and your channel. Thanks, Drew. That's one authentic dude right there, man. Drew Friedman, everyone. Uh wow, I'm old. I remember board playing counters, and I don't know who neither one of those people are, Cat. Let's see. That's a really good deal. In the storage units here in Indy, I pay 190. Yeah, but your storage units are in like an actual like storage unit facility. Mine are in some warehouse in some dude's apartment complex, and I got like people like doing drugs in the apartment right next to it. So don't feel bad. You got a lot more security than what I do. I asked my property manager if they'd give me a discount if I rent another one from them. They said no. Yeah, I never really asked for like discounts on things like that. I just pay the price, and then if I pay and I'm not a hassle, they will tend to go above and beyond for you. So if my landlord does build more units in there soon, like he's talking about, I'm pretty sure he might charge the new tenants more money, but he'll probably, I'm saying probably because I can't swear that he will. But if he does raise the units for everyone else, I assume he'll keep the price the same, $70 for me, because he did that with his new apartments. Like, there's 2 sets of apartments in that area where my storage unit is. One that's directly across the street from my storage unit, and one that's behind my storage unit. The one that's behind my storage unit is new. It was built 3 years after the apartment I used to live in, which is how I met the guy. The apartments that he built new are 600 something dollars a month, and the ones that I used to live in were 510. And so it's just because building expenses have gone up. So I'd assume that the building expenses will go up for the new storage units as well. So the price will go up. I'm a part-time reseller with full-time job and kids. I've noticed reselling part-time has forced me to be organized for sure, and I enjoy it. That is a game changer. If you have something that is a hard stop, like a definite can't not do it, you have to get your reselling done in a feasible amount of time, which is a good thing because it challenges you from the jump to be no BS. So that way you're not looking on Instagram, you're not watching YouTube, you're not like texting people while you're listing and you're getting your listings done so you can be done and on to the next task before going to work, like taking care of your kids or making food or whatever you got to do. So you definitely have an advantage being employed at another job because it's going to make you focus more than other people will, because a lot of people get lackadaisical because they are like on their own time limit. They don't have anyone to answer to but themselves. So um take heed, man, and just be glad that you are making the most of the time that you have. Yes, but hasn't changed hands yet. Okay. Game Bread Flipper says, one, I'm running behind on the chat, but just got to where you said you were getting more efficient and fast with the work and finding yourself bored after. I do too, bro. I stress looking for something to do. I mean, I can find stuff to do, but it's not going to be productive. And I don't mean like I'm going to be doing bad stuff, but I mean, it's not going to be like making me money. It's going to be like chilling, posted, watching Netflix or something like that. That's not productive. What's up, Cheryl? How you doing? Jimmy, what's up? Susan says, repo. I bought repo she cabin and never will go back to storage unit. Right in backyard, total write off too. See, that's a great write off. Congratulations. But I live in an apartment where I'm gonna put a he shed or whatever the equivalent of a she shed. I don't have a basement to be a man cave. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have property. So right now the best thing I can do is rent storage units. Uh now True Profit Monsters, he's got a killer shed like on his property. Cat the Nurse Flipper, she's got two storage sheds in her on her property. Like, if you got the space for it, go all the way. There's a guy that I meet at the bins. He's got a warehouse in his backyard, but he's got acres and acres of land. Eventually, that's probably going to be the route that I go. I'll move out of this apartment into property that has space on it for a warehouse to be built, or either already comes with a warehouse. Which is one of the convenient things about me living here in the country is there's tons of property like that already. I don't have to build it. I just got to find it. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the next move. I pay $64 a month for a non-climate 10 by 20, and I'm in Texas. Some or same size unit in a fancier part of the same town costs 115 a month. 64 is a great deal. Mine is 70. It is climate controlled, which is awesome because it's cold as heck outside right now. Um, but take what you can get. Sorry, guys. Paul says last time apartment prices were that low in the Philly area was about 15 years ago. Yeah, I live in the middle, well, not the middle of Missouri, but I live in the middle of the United States. Land is cheap here. 10 by 20 storage near Denver is 250 a month. Wow. I got it made, I guess. I'm super thankful. My landlord is super awesome. My apartment though that I live in is 495. This apartment right here is 495 a month. Today has been dead for sales. Accept any offer you get. What's up, Brian? How you doing, bro? Sometimes you need non-productive for your sanity. Right. I understand that, and don't get me wrong, I'm totally on board with some free time because just 2, 3 weeks ago, 2 months ago, I was stressed out, like trying to get 50 listings day done. You know what I mean? And was spending like all day to like 11 o'clock at night getting them done. So I'm thankful for the change. And I'm gonna tell you guys what the biggest factor was. I literally stopped watching YouTube. I stopped listening to podcasts even. It does make for kind of a dry, boring day. Uh, but I'd rather work hardcore for 5 hours and get all my listings done and everything and be done for the rest of the day than to work 8, 9 hours and just be like kind of chill with it, watching Netflix and like listening to podcasts and stuff like that. And I got to look at it like this, right? Yes, it's my business to run the way that I want to, but when I went and I worked for someone else, I couldn't listen to my phone and listen to music. I couldn't watch YouTube while I was working. There's no working at Golden Corral and watching YouTube videos. You know what I mean? There's none of that stuff. So I just work my job like it's a real job. You know what I mean? The sooner I get done with it, the more time I have for activities. You know what I mean? So does it take some of the fun out of it? Absolutely. But do I like being done sooner than, yeah, I like being done more than I like working. I don't want to work all day. I'm in LA, it's 350 for small units. Yeah, you don't even need to be talking, Peter. You pay the most out of all of us. 495, yeah, it is pretty amazing. My girlfriend lives in the apartment complex next door. She pays 525. 495. That's the cost of my storage unit. Well, I don't know where you live at, but I'd be trying to move to the central United States. In the next few years, you might be able to get a really good deal on property. Yeah, I'm really thinking so with the way the economy is going and how lots of people are going to be foreclosing and things like that. So I'm really just trying to stack up a lot of cash to be able to buy some property when it comes along that's got some actual space, like land on it. That way, if I get it for a good enough price, after I'm done utilizing it, and if I decide to level up or if I decide to move and relocate, hopefully the land and the property will both gain value. But I don't want to buy it when it's on its way down, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to buy it when it's on the way down. I want to buy it when it's rock bottom, so that way I get the most optimum results out of the property when I do decide to flip it. Let's see. So, have any more else heard about them thinking on going back from the $600 reselling tax? We all should be doing taxes, but it's a bit much for beginners to trying to make a little bit of money. So, this is probably not going to be a popular thought process, but what's 25% of 600 bucks? Not much, right? So, I think it's pointless for people to be complaining about doing taxes on $600. If you're not planning on making a boatload of cash on eBay, then taxes is such a trivial part of it, guys. You know what I mean? Like you pay taxes out of your real job, so why not just pay the taxes on eBay? I don't, but that's just me. But no, to answer your question, Jay, I haven't heard anything else about it, bro. I paid 360 in NYC. It's crazy. For a storage unit, 495. How in the how in the world? Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I wouldn't survive without the climate control unit. It's just way too cold. 10 miles into the city was 210 a month for an outdoor 10 by 15. So I was really glad with the switch plus more square feet. There you go. Purchased a unit from a company that's just starting 10 by 15 for 65. Let's go. Is it climate controlled or is it not climate controlled? I had a not climate controlled public storage unit. It was $165 a month and it had rats. So it was not pleasant. They said I can expect yearly increases, but I'm definitely thankful for what I have now. Well, that stinks. I've been in my storage unit for almost 2 years now, and he hasn't raised the price once. Do not move your business to California. You will go bankrupt paying rent. Daily refinement is nuts staying there. Yeah, but he also makes millions of dollars a year though, so he's doing all right. But you got to think though, he had three storage units at his height. He had three storage units. Now he's down to one, and he's making $1 million out of one storage unit. So it pays for itself. I can watch or listen to stuff while working. I can't watch or listen to stuff while working either. Distractions slow me down and affects my focus. That's true with me, man. Like I said, that's how I was able to knock 3 hours of my listing time off. Those 5 or 6 minutes that I get distracted and like watching TV or just like glancing over, like literally my TV's right there. So like if I'm like listing and listening to something, or like even if I'm watching a podcast, if they're talking about something that's really good and I want to focus, I'll just start looking at the TV and listening. And then next thing you know, I realize, I could have gotten three listings done if I hadn't had dozed off or like went off in a daze. So I just really just try to focus, man. And I'm trying to get more listings done. So if I focus my energy on getting more listings done, I'll be able to the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? So if I can't get my processes down fast enough, if I can't get my listings done fast enough, how am I ever going to expect someone else to come in and work with me and do what I expect them to do if I can't stay focused long enough to get it done? So when I hire someone, I don't expect someone to come in like right off the streets and do exactly what I'm doing, the amount that I'm doing, but I do expect them to do half. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to refine my processes, focus up for as long as it takes, and figure out how fast it should take me to get the job done. So that way I can set a guideline for whoever I hire to be able to at least do half of what I do. New York City large store units is that price that has large storage units is that price that has climate control. Oh, okay. 100. Keep putting in the work, my brother. You're killing it. I'm trying, bro. I'm not killing it yet because I'm still not like balling or nothing like that. But I'm maintaining, and that's the name of the game, is to maintain. If you maintain long enough, it'll turn into where you're doing pretty good. The good thing about LA is there's a lot of good finds at the Bends, only 15 minutes from me. Yeah, that's the trade-off. I live in the middle of nowhere with cheap rent and lots of space, but I got to drive 2 hours away to get to the Bends. So, you got to take the good with the bad. I would probably rather stay because in St. Louis, where I'm from, that's where I go to the Bends at. If I was living in St. Louis, I'd be paying $800 for an apartment, easy, like no questions about it. But I'd be able to have the cream of the crop, best items on eBay, you know what I mean? Because I would literally only cherry pick the best items that I find because I'd go to the bins every single day. So you got to take the trade-off. Susan says she understands we just paid our home off. So 2023 is all about, or is all out selling to sub SOC. Socksec. I don't know what that means. Have 2 acres, 969th. We did without hoping selling would. I'm so confused by your comment there, my friend. I've always paid the taxes on what I made, so it doesn't make any difference to me with them pushing the 1099 back. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about it, and I don't mean like, to hate. What's up, nurse with a purse? I don't mean to hate or anything like that. I don't think that 600 is a high enough margin to make a difference. They're not doing 600 tax change for the year. Yeah, okay, so they have put it off. Um Patreons are our bank. He's living on those. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Definitely. Yeah, that's for a storage unit. Okay. Let's see. My goal with reselling has always been to make so much money that I far exceed the threshold for claiming it on my taxes. I'm happy to pay taxes if it means I'm making bank. That's my philosophy right there. Exactly what you said. Couldn't have said it better. Jay says, yes, it's climate control, but a few sketchy people rent there too. I always have to shut my door while I'm in. I had to do that earlier, man. Like these guys when coming out and walking their dog out the back, like where I park my car at, and I had my doors open, and like I just don't trust it that because they've already talked about breaking in my storage units. So I don't trust the doors being up, showing them what's in there to make them want to do it even more. The new tax thing they're holding off until next year. I've been paying taxes on selling for 20 years. It's just going to make it more complicated waiting on all those 1099s, even PayPal next year. Yeah, I stopped messing with PayPal last year, so I'm happy about that. What do you think will be the income point, etc., when you decide you want to hire someone part time? It's not going to be the income, it's going to be how much time is it taking me to do all this by myself? You know what I mean? So if I'm doing 70 a day and I'm also shipping whatever I'm shipping that day, and it's taking me till 11 or 12 o'clock at night again to get it all done, that's probably going to be when I hire somebody to at least do shipping for me. Um, Try to at least, take some of the burden off of me then, but it probably won't be for quite some time. I just gotta grind it out and see how it affects me on a personal level and if it's worth it, if the payoff's worth it. Shoot, Marcus, I'll come work for you if I can pay your rent. I'm paying 1,200 for a two-bedroom. That's crazy. Raw, what's going on? How you doing? How many listens are you doing daily now? I'm doing 55 drafts, but I only list 35 of those a day. So I create 55 listings. I send 35 live on eBay. Average sales price, let's check. Hang on a second. Average sales price is $22.89. So Jay says, I have talked to a few would-be resellers, but the tax law scares them. LOL. Hey, if it's feeding me, should be no issues, right? I think, there's people that go out of their way to even like to claim nothing on their taxes. You know what I mean? But if you're claiming nothing, then you're wasting your time. You know what I mean? You should be claiming something. Really wild. They probably don't have enough people to handle those minor amounts. That's probably what it is. They're probably just flooded right now with people that are claiming this year because a lot of new people start reselling and a lot of stuff to go in along with it. Then I think they have a flood of new employees that also probably don't know what they're doing either. So it's probably just a nightmare at the IRS right now. Sub equals subsidize. SOC, Social Security. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're speaking way above my head there. Thank you for breaking that down. Uh eBay and them don't want to do the work either, so they took they took their time as well. Yeah. That was crazy about the marijuana smell getting on your shoes. Hope your clothing items were okay. I think the shoes were okay too. It was just a thought. I was thinking out loud, like, is this soaking into my shoes as well? Because the shoes were the only thing that are not bagged. So, like, I know that I did a sneaker buyout with a guy last year when I was still selling sneakers. And when I met up with him, the box reeked of marijuana and the shoes reeked of marijuana. And I turned the deal down because I knew that I wouldn't be able to get, well, I turned the deal down because they're fake. But even if they were real, the first thought in my head was like, I'm not buying these because they stink. So everything was okay. But I did get some suggestions from people to put boxes of um, baking soda like you put in your fridge, just put it in the storage unit and like in the corners. Another one said Ozium, and someone else recommended something else. But lots of really good advice from people in the comment section. I really appreciate that. Local on Social Security, so reselling help me get out of debt. Paid off 69,000. Nice. With 2 acres, we were blessed. So cabin was a smart idea. That's really the way to do it. Honestly, make sure you're debt free if you're going to take on something like that. Nurse with a purse. Miss Successful November has bought from you before. Nice. Doesn't matter to me. Ducking 600 is helpful. You can probably write it off. Thanks so much. Appreciate the support. How are you sourcing besides thrift stores? I only source at the bins. When yard sale season is up, I go to yard sales too. But right now, I only go to the bins. Unless someone hits me up with a bulk buyout, like a personal deal, that's that's the only way I buy stuff right now. Like a guy in my church, he just sold me like 59 pairs of BKE jeans and some Lucky Brand jeans. I got those from him. But other than that, it's 100% the bins. I spent $13,000 on inventory this year, and I think I'm at 137,000 in sales so far. Not all of that's net, obviously, but spend 13 to make 137. I'm pretty on board with that. I'm done lurking, but got to fix dinner, aka frozen pizza. Hey, no problems, man. I appreciate your support, Kristen. I bought a Little Caesars pizza, so no frozen pizza here, but I do understand. We just ate great frozen pizza from Sam's. Oh, baller, Sam's Pizza. Sam's got them good hot dogs though. I do like Sam's Pizza. I've never tried their frozen pizza, but Sam's Pizza that you get at the little restaurant thing, the little cafe in there, fire. Any luck on those bulk websites or storage units? So I've only bought one real like bulk deal from a storage unit, and it was all new old stock, Faded Glory, Morona, White Stag, things like that. Not great brands at all, but a lot of it was vintage, new old stock, like newer tags and just discontinued. So it did sell pretty decent. I do have quite a bit left over, but I got like 800 pieces and I only paid $200 for everything. So it was a good buy. With bulk buyouts, I've never bought bulk from a website, never done that, but it's been person to person. Like my brother and his buddy, they were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, my brother's he sells on eBay." And the guy's like, "Well, my mom's got a lot of stuff for sale." So I ended up going to this guy's mom's house. She had like 4,000 items. I spent like $400 on the whole buyout. Actually, I think I spent like 560. And it was all like BKE, Miss Me, Day Trip, some BKE Red, just a lot. It was all women's clothing. There was like a few pieces of men's clothing in there, but thousands of dollars made off this one bulk buyout. So I can't speak for bulk websites or storage units. Like I said, the one storage unit I did, it was a guy that reached out to me off a Facebook ad that I put out. I've never like done storage auctions, but there's a lot of people out there with much success from those methods. Roy from Avery's All In has a channel about it where they find lots and lots of bangers over and over and over in storage units. So just I mean, if you're gonna do it, just do a lot of research to figure out what the best method to go about it is. We sadly don't have bins. I bought lots from Whatnot and YouTube sellers. Most sold for dollars. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Gotta love the Sam's hot dogs. Facts. Pizza is popular tonight. We had Jack's Wisconsin brand. Hey, Jack's is good, man. For a cheap pizza, you can't go wrong with it. Have not tried Sam's hot dogs. You need to, hey, I was just speaking of you, dude. That's crazy. So Josu, or I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, bro, but this guy right here, Avery's All In, is the channel I was talking about. Go watch their content and you'll learn a lot about storage units through their channel right there. That's crazy that you came right in the chat like that, Roy. BKE moves so well for me. I mostly find women's, but when I find men's, it moves even faster. Yeah, I rarely find the men's, but it does sell a lot better for a higher dollar amount. Um, but BKE is still BKE, so it's all money. Listening and driving home from the warehouse. Yeah, I'm still kind of it's still spooky how you popped up in here like that when I was talking about you. So yeah, things to be on the lookout for, guys. Connections, sources, people that you can do repeat business with, not only like as far as like selling people stuff multiple times on eBay, but sources that you can buy from. The more sources, the more connections and networking you do, the better you'll be able to get stuff priced at. So if I buy stuff from you 500 times, or 500 items a week from you, right? Just throwing a number out there. And we build a relationship together to where over the course of some years, I get up to buying 2 to 3 thousand items a week from you. I'm probably going to be like one of your top priorities both ways. I'll be willing to spend my money with you. You'll be willing to give me a better deal to keep me. Eventually, you're gonna need someone that's buying that much inventory from you. So you become a valuable asset. So you want to make as many relationships as possible, but you want to be a man of your word or a woman of your word when it comes to keeping those deals. You can't tell someone, I'm gonna buy all this inventory from you every week. Don't sell to no one else. I got you, and then you don't have them. You know what I mean? Or you come through and you only buy like, oh, well, this week I can only buy 20 pieces. You've been buying 500 items. Like your name's gonna be tarnished. No one's gonna mess with you. So you got to be able to do what you say you will. Which one of the reasons why I do this YouTube channel. I do the YouTube channel to help you guys, but I started this out to hold myself accountable and to journey my to track my journey and to just be able to put content out that was going to help people. But now that I'm, gaining a little bit of traction with the channel, my main focus is to help people get to at least where I'm at. I can't tell you how to get beyond where I'm at because I don't know how to get there yet, but we'll learn together. But my main focus is helping people get to the point where I'm at now. And by the time you get where I'm at, I'll get you to where I'm at when you get where I'm at now, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, I use my channel as an accountability partner. I tell you guys I'm gonna do something, so since I tell all 2,000 of you guys that I want to do something, I have to do it. I know that sounds silly that you got to have something, like that to help yourself achieve goals, but it's like telling your partner, your husband, your wife, or whoever you have an accountability relationship with, that you're going to do something, your boss or whoever it is. You tell them you're going to do something, they expect you to do it. So I tell all of you guys to do it because if I don't, I'm expecting somebody's going to hold me accountable for it. So, uh, just having accountability, have a person that can give you good inventory for a good price. Do you have any advice as far as category, i.e., shoes, electronics, clothes? Electronics are going to be a great category. Shoes are a good category. Um, with electronics, they're bulky to store. You got to do a lot of testing on them. You got to pack them really, really well. And that's not something that I'm into. There is a lot of money to be made in electronics, but it's also a high return category. Um, just like as high fraud as well, just like shoe or clothing is a high return category. That's why you got to do your best to supply all the proper measurements and all the photos. Take as many photos as you can to give the buyer an accurate idea of what the item looks like, since they can't try it on. Try to keep your return rate low there. Shoes was pretty good. As far as my sales history goes, shoes was the least amount of returns that I had, because in general, if you buy a shoe, you're going to buy it in the shoe size that you wear, right? Some models do run smaller than others. Some shoe sizes do run smaller than other shoe sizes and brands in that nature, but you typically know that, right? You've been wearing shoes your whole life. You know what shoes fit you right. You know what shoes you don't. I wear 8.5 in most shoes. Those Hey Dudes are a size 8. Never would have known that, but I tried them on in person. But so that would have been, something that I probably would have returned if I bought an 8.5 for online. But in theory, I wear all Nike. So if I buy Nike online, I'm not returning it. It's going to come in the size that I wear it in. So you just got to find what works for you and what's the cheapest for you to buy at, that you can make a comfortable profit margin off of with what you have to work with in your area. I was typing when you threw the shout out. Oh, okay. Yep. What's your goal for 2023? So my goal for 2023 has changed, right? My goal was to make 300K next year, but with the economy the way that it is, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, right? So instead of having a monetary goal, my goal next year is to get to where I'm listing 50 a day. I want to be selling 50 a day. And by the end of the year, I want to have 12,000 items listed. Those are my only goals. I'm not trying to make a certain amount of money. I'm just trying to make 50 sales a day, list 50 a day, and have 12,000 items listed. So that's my goals. I'll I have this lady who comes to my grandfather's yard sales who's been collecting Nikes and Converse sneakers since 1997. She's figuring out a price, LOL. She has 3 closets full, some never worn. Wow. That's a gold mine right there. Be willing to pay up, right? Because now don't overpay, but be willing to pay up because some of that stuff, if it's new, it's going to be like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for some of those models, especially if she's got some made in USA Converse. You're sitting on a gold mine. So don't necessarily shoot the lady down. But if she's like trying to blow your head off, like probably practice a little bit of caution. But you know, spit out a number that's comfortable with you, but try to be mindful of the fact that you're gonna make a killing off this stuff no matter what. But have have her send you pictures of whatever she can before you go looking at the stuff in person because you kind of want to have a ballpark of what you're willing to pay before you ever go show up there because you don't want to show up and then she's like, well, you know, I want this much, and then you literally don't know what half the stuff's worth, so you don't know if that's a good deal or not. You know what I mean? She could be only wanting $1,000 for it all, but you think that's too much when literally you could probably make 6, 7,000 off of it. That's awesome. I hope you're able to work out a deal. I'd love to get my hands on some old Chucks. Definitely. Old Chucks are money. I think you have to sell what you know and what you like. Otherwise, it's not enjoyable and you won't be successful. Not true whatsoever. I don't like selling clothes. Literally don't like it. Not at all. Not even a little bit. But it's what I can get a lot of and it's in my area and it's cheap. So I list it and I'm quick at it. So would I rather be selling something different? Absolutely. I love selling shoes, but I don't like listing shoes either. You know what I mean? I like packaging them; they're quick to ship. But the ROI is good, but I don't like cleaning them. So it's like you kind of got to do what you got to do. But clothes are much more easier for me to store. They take up less space than shoes, and I can clean them easier. I just throw them in the washing machine, so it's a lot more convenient for me to sell clothing than it is anything else. And I did have an everything store. All of last year I had an everything store, but my storage unit was like it wasn't the easiest to organize because I had all my clothing and like certain things in bins. Then I had electronic devices on shelves. If you guys go back to my original videos, you'll see the storage unit was kind of a mess. It was like not really the best optimized for space. And as time has gone on, I've been able to narrow down my processes. Streamline certain things and to make it the best for me. But you got to do what's best for you, though. I was thinking on coming up with a deal where I'll list them and when they sell, we split. No, don't do that. Don't do that at all, bro. That's going to be a nightmare because then she's going to harass you like, have they sold yet? Have they sold yet? Why'd you sell it for this much? Why'd you sell it for that much? Like I don't. I mean, that's just me. I don't do like consignment or splitsies or none of that stuff because it never goes as smooth as it sounds like it's going to go. Also sell what you find abundantly in your area. That for me is the biggest factor. What I can find the most of uh is what I do. What's up, Steve? How you doing, my guy? Just throwing this out there. Everlane shoes run a whole size smaller. Good ROI, but noted in your listings. Experience. Hey, there you go. You heard it here first. There's a lot of shoe sizes that don't fit true to size though. Or like a lot of like some shirt companies, like their clothes fit smaller. It fit like Chinese clothes. So like you're wearing a large, but it fits like a small. Uh Look for rotten old shoes. Definitely do the bin test on those new shoes. Um a lot of shoes, man. They might look fine. Trust me, it's happened. They'll look fine, and then you take one step and it'll crumble like styrofoam. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man? I caught you live. Hey everyone, good evening. What's up? 719 Resells. Appreciate you. Coco Bay. Let's make that cash, guys. Yes, sir. I like that with goals. I can't chase the money. I have to set goals for activity and the money will come. Yep. I learned that being an independent insurance salesman. That's literally the basis of what I'm not setting monetary goals for. If I set a daily listing goal and a daily sales amount, eventually the money is the byproduct of the work that I'm putting in. So it's not really about making a monetary amount. uh, I just want to put in the work and then see what the results of my work are, which is kind of what I did all year. Like I did have a goal to hit six figures because I just wanted to see if it was possible for someone that didn't have much knowledge, and it was. But now it's time to actually apply the knowledge that I've gained over this year while continuing to soak up and gain as much knowledge as I can next year and in the years to come. Because if you stop learning in this business, you're out of business. Period. You can't think you know everything because the moment you think you know everything, something's gonna come along and knock you out the game. Yeah, I just got out of electronics this year because just it's taking up way too much storage. Yep, takes a lot of storage up. I really like selling shoes, but cleaning them is definitely a downside. And the people at my bins can be very aggressive in the shoe section. They still miss good stuff though. I think that's every bins location that I've ever been to. The shoe people, they're in teams and they are not playing at all. I would rather not mess with all that. What's up, Brian? How you doing, bro? Best thing about the selling clothes is the accessibility. It's everywhere and it's super easy to store. Very true. Aloha, Marlo. I've noticed that even among shoe manufacturers, I wear anywhere between a 10 to 11 and a half, depending on the manufacturer and how they measure. See, like even Chucks run big on me. Chucks run big. What else runs big on me? Everything else like kind of fits true to size, but like those Hey Dudes are big on me. Crocs are big on me. What else is big on me? Boots. Some boots are really big on me, like Timberlands. They're big on me too. Where do you get the majority of your items from? Also, how long did it take for you to get to this point in the game? I've only been selling for 2 years. I've been full time for 1 year. I didn't get to where I'm at now for like a year and a half. I've only been where I'm at now for like 6 months. Um, just comes with consistency, man. You just got to keep at it. Um, and now the name of the game is to get what you can, right? Uh, it's very uncertain times right now. It's not like you can predict how much money or sales or whatever's going to come in that day. So if you're getting lowball offers and then you turn those lowball offers down, that might be the only traffic you got coming from eBay the whole day. So I've been learning to take lower offers to get the sales because, like, even right now, guys, I'm only at like 10 sales for the day. Let's see. Let me see where I'm at. I'm at 13 sales and I got $336 from those 13 sales. So normally I'm used to selling 25 items a day. You know what I mean? These are tough times we're in right now. But is crying about it going to make any difference? Not at all. Is getting on Instagram and like asking everybody else if their sales are going to solve the problem? Not at all. So what can I do? I can control the controllables, which are accepting low offers, listing my price at a fair price to where someone will buy it, and picking up better items that are going to be in demand. And I only pick my items from the bins. Military mindset. Yes, I learned the hard way a few months back on a pair of Adidas T-Max sneakers. They seem to be in good condition, but when cleaning the bottoms, they began crumbling. Oh, that's tough. How many items do you have actively listed? Let's see. I think I got like 46. 4625. Today has been slow for me as well, but yesterday was great. The last few days have not, like, my goal for like in general is $500 a day. Yesterday I got up to like 409 and today I'm at 336 so far. I'll probably finish the day out around 4 450-ish maybe. I don't think that, because usually at this time of the day I'm already in the high 400s. So it just is what it is. As the days go along, I send more aggressive offers. So like any offers that I send for the rest of the day will be 35% off offers just to hopefully get, more sales accepted, but that doesn't also mean that someone's going to accept those sales. So if it's like not 50% off, man, people ain't accepting nothing these days because that's what they're sending me is 50% off. But it is what it is. Totally agree. Consistency and adapting is what's going to help people get through whatever is coming our way with the economy. That is true. Adapt on the fly, pivot, do what you got to do to stay alive and survive. Don't be caught up on how you used to do it because how you used to do it is not how we're doing it, right? What we're used to is over with. So in order to stay in the game and survive, you're going to have to roll with the punches. If that means taking a couple punches to the jaw on the price, then so be it. Sell more items to make up for what you're lacking on, and just be patient. Patience is going to be, I think, patience is going to be bigger than consistency. As long as you're staying consistent, listing every day, having the patience to let your sales, the amount of items you have listed to meet the sales that you want to have, that's going to be the biggest thing is having patience, guys. You can't just list all these items and then just expect them to sell immediately without just waiting for the right buyer to come along. You know what I mean? So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'll catch up on these last couple comments real quick. I have learned to bending them and do the bend test. The last few days sales were slow. Today's sales finally picked up. When sales slow down for me, I work harder. That's a great attitude. People are lowballing their messaging to negotiate lower prices, claiming international fees, explaining the cost they have. Really annoying. What do you think about blocking? I don't block anybody that pesters me. Um, I've only blocked people that cause problems for me, like legit, like report false INADs and things like that. I understand that people, have their little pesky quirks or whatever, and some people are just that way. So I'm not going to hold it against them because they're really not doing anything wrong, but just being themselves. I'm accepting lower offers. Don't be attached to inventory. Be attached to the income. Exactly. My selling price has been dropping the last 6 months, but so has my buying price. So it's all basically the same. Bulk buying has been the way to go for me. Bulk buying is a game changer. Teaching out. Peace. Take it easy. Good talk, Marcus. Have a great night. I hope all of you guys have a great night. Don't get caught up. Don't get emotionally attached. Take lower offers. List more items. Spend less money on those items, and it'll all work out in the end. Just stay consistent, guys. That's gonna do it for this one. If you guys are catching this on the replay, uh, spam the chat, guys. Spam the chat with anything, so that way more people will catch these lives and be able to benefit from what we're talking about here. I really want to help as many people as possible. So that's gonna do it for this one.